And if you want to travel, hey, no sweat. We'll fly up to Paris.
When I took over The Guardian, I think they had close to 1,000 staff.
First time I was an MC, I was 10 years old. It was the First Lady's Children's Concert by Mariam Babangida, 1992.
I was wondering, how do I survive? Kelechi, you are a lawyer. You've been called to bar. You cannot be a mediocre artist. You have to be the artist.
Hello and welcome to this very special edition of The Scoop right here on KongaTV. And of course, Konga 103.7 FM, streaming worldwide, 24 hours on KongaFM.com. Your first of its kind commerce and hit music station. That's right, I am Ifoma Ajumobi, IfyMelody, your sparkling woman on air, and I am excited about this edition of The Scoop because we will be talking about a topic that's very dear to my heart, a topic that's also very important to everybody who is alive, whether you're doing business or not. You need to learn and understand sales, selling, marketing, and who else to do it with if not the selling champion himself. But of course, you know how we do it on The Scoop. We dive deeply and go into the very beginning, the genesis of the story of the man behind the scenes, and yes, how he became who he is and how he's championing even the Nigeria Sales Conference and even how he got to be called the selling champion. I am talking about no other person but George Emetuche. Yes, the chief selling champion or sales executive at the Selling Champion Consulting. Hi, George. Welcome to The Scoop.
Wow. It's always awesome to be here. Hello, Nigeria. Hello, world. I'm happy to be here. And anytime I talk about sales, it's like, wow.
You're lit up. You're lit up.
Yes.
All right. So, I think I want to start with the name, first of all. How did that name come to be, the Selling Champion?
You know, it's a long story. I told a story recently. I shared it, this Facebook reminder, they reminded me. I posted it some years ago, and it reminded me about 2 days ago, and I shared it again. I was writing, that happened about 13 years ago.
Okay.
I was writing my first book, The Selling Champion, but how the name came about. I traveled to Enugu, on official duty. Then I traveled with this lady. I met this lady and we got talking, and she told me that her sister, is also a writer, because I told her I was writing a book. But then I had the manuscript. And I said, what is the name of the book? I said, the title of the book. I said, I had 3, The Selling Champion, The Art of Selling, and Selling the Untold, Selling the Unsold. 3 of them, playing in my head. Then she looked at I gave her the manuscript to read. She flipped through the manuscript and said she would suggest the Selling Champion.
Okay.
Then I had the Selling Champion playing in my mind.
Okay.
She confirmed the Selling Champion. So I got home, I told my wife, I met someone that confirmed this name, and boom, she approved the name too. And 3 people saying the same thing. And we went ahead with the name. So that Selling Champion became the title of my first book. That Selling Champion became the name of our company.
Okay.
That Selling Champion became the convener of our master classes. That Selling Champion became the convener of the Nigeria Sales Conference. And that is where we are now. So it's just like, it took me time because she gave me her phone number. Now, it took me time to, conclude that apparently God sent an angel to give me a name. And that name is very, very strong in the market.
It's a strong
Very
name.
strong in the market.
And it connects with people. Personally, it connects with me because, first of all, champion, you
Yes,
know,
yes.
the word champion
Yes.
connotes a lot,
Yes, exactly.
psychologically, emotionally.
Exactly.
Then selling, not to people, I mean, too many people
Yes.
want to sell.
So if you
not
want
too many
to-
people like selling.
Exactly.
Then you now call yourself
champion.
champion
So-
of
so-
selling.
So when I train people, we
Yeah.
just finished training for an FMCG organization 2-3 days ago, and I said, now you are ready. You've been commissioned to be champions. Just go out there, and you know when you talk about champions, to be a champion is not just by saying; it's a doing thing. It's a verb, even when it's a noun, champion. Okay, but in the actual sense, you need to go there. You need to prepare. Okay, you prepare more than everybody. Then you go inside the ring and throw some punches to be a champion. So it's not. So if you're a salesperson, you need to. You talked about why people run away from selling.
Yes.
It's actually sales objection.
Okay.
That's a leading reason.
People don't like hearing no.
Objection.
It's not
They don't
easy.
even know how to even sell their name.
Okay.
Do you understand
Okay.
me? So people run away from sales because the leading reason is sales objection. So when you prepare well, you can actually go there and sell. You can sell anything. You can sell everything. Once you prepare well, once you have the right personality, you have the right attitude, you have the right confidence, you have the right self-esteem, then you prepare and you go out there to sell. Now, the highest thing you can get is, sorry, we're not buying today. That's the highest. And my mentor, Brentess, will say, some will, some would, so what? Next. You try the next door. So the main thing is that always sell value anytime you're selling, because you'll be sales correct, okay? If you are going out there to sell value, selling, giving them benefit, telling them, showing them why they're selling, why they're buying, showing them what is in it for them. So if they see enough reason, if their reason of buying is more than the reason of saying no, they are going to buy.
Okay.
So that
Very
is
true.
just it.
Very true.
Selling is simple. It's easy. It's the way you say it. It depends on
Okay,
you.
so I'm going to ask you this question. Did selling choose you, or you chose selling? Which one?
I think both.
This field. How did it happen?
I think both. Growing up, in our slogan, in our slangs, in our street palace, we call it 042. I was born and brought up in Enugu, beautiful city. And, growing up, I saw myself selling in my mother's restaurant.
Okay.
Somewhere around the Owerri Road, Asata, Enugu.
Okay.
I was like 12.
12 years.
12 years.
Wow.
Selling. And then there was this bank, was Progress Bank and the National Bank. All right. Now we just 2 poles, 3 poles away. So they will come. I saw myself 12-year-old selling to bank managers,
Wow.
selling to bank officials, selling, and I had that confidence.
Wow.
Do you understand me? So I think from that perspective, I say I saw myself selling.
Selling
Now,
chose you.
that kind of stuff. So
Okay.
so then when I started working, when I started working, I saw myself in hospitality. That was my first job, hospitality industry.
Yeah.
Now it was customer service, interacting with people, right? Now, another experience. Now, my boss that time, I love him so much, Pastor Lisa Jidonwo. He was the president of Enugu Chamber of Commerce. Now, I was working with him as a personal assistant, later a manager. Now, when he was the deputy president of Enugu Chamber of Commerce, and later became the president of Enugu Chamber of Commerce. So he would take me, okay, I was his PA. Now, those days, it was the chamber usually hosts the
Trade fair.
The trade fair.
Yeah.
Now, I was in charge of customer service department of the trade fair. So I saw myself interacting with about over 5,000 customers.
Wow.
5,000 exhibitors.
How old were you then?
I was maybe 22.
Okay.
You understand me? Maybe 22. Now I saw myself doing that function, interacting with people at that young age.
Managing people of
all sorts.
From different places.
Let me shock you. That was 1999 or something like that, right? Some of my clients, the clients of Enugu Chamber of Commerce, when I started my own business here in Lagos, I was interacting with them. Now, it became a selling point for me that I'll tell you, I saw you maybe 25 years ago in Enugu. You came to introduce your business. Now, we're not talking one-on-one. So, selling is something.
So those people you managed years back, you're still able to reenact a relationship with them and do business with them.
Selling is relationship.
Yeah.
Harvard Business School says that 21st century selling is relationship selling. Now, I saw myself, from that hospitality that we did, the Enugu Chamber of Commerce, trade fair. From there, I came to Lagos, moved from Enugu to Lagos. I joined the group. We had a pharmaceutical. No, we started from FMCG, oil and gas, agro, allied, pharmaceutical. Now, all those stuff, selling, marketing, business development, head the business development, national sales manager. I left as national sales manager in the pharma. Now, I've been selling. I've been doing customer service, marketing, selling. Now, doing my stuff. Now what I'm selling now is among the most difficult products, most challenging product, because you're selling content. You're selling ideas.
It's not a product, a tangible product that people can hold.
Consulting.
Yes.
Now consulting. When I started, when I launched my first book, The Selling Champion, in 2012, endorsed by Brian Tracy, forward by Mazi Samuel Wabonwa, endorsed by Dr. Leostan Eke, Chairman Konga Ziners. Now, it was when I launched out, I told myself, now when I train people, if I train people, that is services. If I mentor people, that is services. If I coach people, that is services. Beautiful, great. Now, after training someone, I want to give him something to read. Now it becomes like continuous developing, learning. I said, can I put this thought inside the book? And that was how when I held my first training, and someone told me that, you can actually put your thought inside the book. And I began the journey of putting it. Now I'm happy that I've written 10 significant books.
Yeah.
And I've written over 3,000 non-academic articles. I write every day. So no longer just services. So it's not product and services.
Through the book, yes.
Through the book.
And yes, George is an author. He's written about 10 books, most of them bordering on sales, the art of selling, the selling champion
book,
himself that we talked about here,
business
and then even how to write and publish a book. He wrote for people who are interested in going to publish a book as well. So if you're interested, there's a guide for you. And then even the one about doing business with your spouse, very interesting, which is another part we'll come to, because at some point, George and his spouse, you cannot separate them. I'm talking about George Emetuche. They've been doing business together. Even as I speak, she's right here watching us in the studio. And that is how they roll. Okay. The sales conference that we will also share some spotlight on, they have been doing that together. And all of this will be coming your way right here on The Scoop. You are watching The Scoop on KongaTV. We will be right back. All right, you're still watching The Scoop right here on KongaTV. And yes, we also have the version going on Konga 103.7 FM, streaming worldwide 24 hours on KongaFM.com. Yes, if you are not listening on radio, you can catch us here on KongaTV on YouTube. Okay? I am a former Ajumobi IfyMelody, your sparkling woman on air, and I am still here with George Emetuche, the selling champion. First of all, that name, the word, the selling champion, is sweet to really call. I personally love calling it all the time. And then beyond that, it tells you about selling, being a champion in selling, going where people run away from, dominating that space. And to a good extent, he has dominated that space. He's not only done the Nigerian Sales Conference, but he's coaching and mentoring over 1,000 salesmen and beyond on a regular. The Nigerian Sales Conference has been running now for 12 years and more consecutively. And we want to find out how that started and how the journey has been. So, George, how has it been running the Nigerian Sales Conference? First of all, when did the idea come to be?
Things, vision, you catch a vision. And when you catch the vision, you wouldn't know how big
the vision is until you start.
Until you start. It was the first edition was held. We've been doing this, doing the master class. Actually, the master class, this year's edition is the 13th anniversary, right? And we said, okay, can I, the vision was, can I, create a platform, provide a platform where we can gather, a credible platform. When you say platform, not just any platform, very credible platforms, where we can gather sales professionals from diverse industry, from different states of the country, come together once in a year. It was playing in my head. How is it going to happen? Now the first edition was in 2018.
2018, okay.
2018. I remember the theme, salesman as a catalyst for economic development.
Okay.
The way the theme comes,
the themes
I'll
come.
be sleeping, it will just come.
Oh.
I'll tell my wife,
okay,
Maureen, awesome, wonderful woman. I'll tell her, write it down, and she'll write it down. And we began the journey. Just like that, the planning started. I have a squad in my house, the team, the 4-man squad. My wife Maureen, Amaka, my boys Zara, Chizaram, and Chidindo. Myself. Anything we sit and plan. We agree, we'll go and execute. Now we planned it. Now I called our team and said, this is what it is. How are we going to start? What are we going to do? When you talk about conference, it has some layers.
Yeah.
Okay, there is the planning aspect of it. Okay, you have the objective. What is your objective? One, to provide a credible platform for capability building. Number one, objective. Number two, objective, to provide a credible platform for networking of professionals.
Okay.
Now, number three now is an avenue for product promotion and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's a conference of over 2,000 people.
Yeah.
So people gather physically, 2,000 people. Then, of course, we have online where people can, join online. Now, we not started.
And then awards. There's the awards that come with it as well.
Awards that come. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the first keynote speaker of that, I remember it as I'm talking, is playing in
your head.
Was Dr. Lustaneke. I remember how it was a performance. He took the stage. How how salesmen, everybody, if a pin fell down, you could.
People were so quiet, listening to him attentively.
He was demonstrating it. It was awesome. My Samuel Habonwa was there and the other speakers. So 2018, December 8th, Welcome Center. So it was awesome. Now we did the first one. Got our friends, partners that supported us. Like this year's own Konga is a very strategic partner. Okay. We have Masters Energy Group. We have Alpha Pharma Group and the others. So the good thing, there is an element of Nigeria Sales Conference. There's an award there, the best salesman of the year.
Yeah.
And that award for consecutive edition, for the previous editions, we've had people, because how we get it, we share the news, tell people to get us your records, your sales performance. Then we have the KPIs. We used to arrive at that the salesman of the year. We look at your attitude to work. We look at your sales performance. We look at your what we call collection. Collection is as you are selling money, you're collecting money. That's what we call it in sales. We look at all those stuff.
Yeah.
Now, if you qualify, now for you to even qualify to register, you must be doing at least 100% plus from January to November. So it's not for the boys.
100% plus.
100% of your
targets
plus. So for you to even register, you must have done 100 from January.
So where do you get the records from?
From their national sales managers.
Okay. We relate with their companies.
We have massive platforms.
Okay.
Massive communities.
Okay.
So once we share the news, like it's on now.
Okay.
Somebody reached me from the US. It's a topic of discussion in our team. What do we do? Reached me and said, today's word is they want to participate from the US. And we said that this is a Nigerian thing because once you submit your record, we are going to verify. And he was making a case that you can verify from anywhere. Okay, so our team, we're trying to say, are we going to accommodate people outside in diaspora? Okay, that is a topic for another day. But the issue is this: when we share it, the head of sales of organizations, FMCG, pharma, banking, finance, and everywhere. Okay, everybody, they submit within our platform. We have massive. They submit, then we begin to now bring down. We begin to sieve. People that qualify. Last year, the person that won it did 130 something percent.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
Last year,
the
lady in pharma.
Okay.
The lady that won in FMCG, the lady that won last 2 years, 107.
Wow.
Last 3 years,
wow.
The guy that won it, 102.
Wow.
And when I say 100,
they exceeded their target.
Is from January to November.
Okay.
They
hitting their targets and exceeding it. Wow.
So is an avenue to celebrate excellence.
And hard work.
Hard work.
Yeah.
So the conference has people coming from the east, from the west, from the north, from everywhere. So it's become, when is the next one happening? People come, and I'm happy that God gave us that vision, and we are living it. We thank our partners too. We thank Konga for doing this with us. We thank Masters Energy Group. We thank Alpha. We thank Jenef Pharma. We thank Top White Care Cosmetics. They've been with us, and we celebrate them. And
looks like you always have Emzo on board as well.
Yes, Emzo.
Okay.
Yes, a whole lot of them. They come because it's like our thing. All these organizations are sales organizations. They are sales organizations. Yeah. So it's like this is the conference will come to end the year. Whether you want to call it law fees, whether you want to call it anything. So people come to learn, people come to connect, people come to promote what they do. And this has been a credible platform.
Very interesting, really. It's been so interesting. And you make sales sound easy, really, and very interesting.
And I forgot to tell you that this year's edition is happening at Welcome Center. Okay. December 6th. Okay. 2025. Okay. It's the 7th anniversary. And just to register is free. www.thesellingchampionconsulting.com. Just visit our website. Register there. Is free, totally free of charge.
That's the interesting part. Great value.
Nine distinguished speakers.
Wow.
9 distinguished speakers.
Okay.
Also, of course, if you go to the website, you'll see people coming, the speakers.
All right.
2 panel sections and awesome.
All right. Yeah. All right. You could mention a bit of the speakers, who are coming.
We have Dr. Uchoga. Uchoga is the president, Masters Energy Group, the oil and gas, FMCG, agriculture, and so on. He was a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We have Mazi, our father. Mazi is going to receive an award as the father of sales. Mazi Samu Habunwa is the first person I know, and a lot of people know, that he walked into a company, Pfizer Pharma, and left the company. He worked into there as a salesperson, left there as a managing director, then led the acquisition of the company that became Nimet. So you can't beat that record. So we want to celebrate him. We have Dr. Engineer Charles Aladawolu. Engineer Charles Aladawolu is the chairman Teco Group. You know, he's going to be. So we have the MD of May and Baker. The MD of May and Baker is that's Famaja. He's going to be speaking there. He's going to come. We have Mimi Ojekwe. Mimi Ojekwe is a Nollywood, superstar and a businesswoman. She's coming to speak. We have my friend Ayo. Ayo is the MD of Coinbox. He's coming to speak. We have Esene. Esene is an AI expert, the IT guru. He's coming to speak. And so 9 of them. Then we will have that is DG of CMD, Chinoko. Okay. Chinoko is from Boronu. Because what we do is we try in the speakers, we try to bring that Nigerian element. Every sector, every segment, every region is represented. Okay. And,
that's amazing, really. The Nigerian Sales Conference, of course, I have also participated severally, and it's an eye-opener to what's happening in the sales world. You get to learn a lot, build your muscles, sharpen your ideas, your skills, and your knowledge, and get better.
And this year's theme is selling to lead.
Selling to lead.
So you want to be a leader in your industry.
Champion.
You want to be a champion in your industry. So how are you going to lead?
Okay.
We're going to talk. We're going to look at it from diverse. So speakers will speak from diverse angles. Different, bring it. And the main thing is that when you are living there, you are living there happier.
Wow. All right. That's how you get it when you have the selling champion on board. And yes, I will remind you that George Emetuche is, of course, the founder of the Selling Champion Consulting, and he's currently running it with his wife, Maureen Emetuche. And yes, you heard him talk about his children. His 2 sons are also involved and doing their own part in the business. He's also written 10 books, and of course, he's a great author and does the daily morning inspiration and motivation every day. Writes articles about sales, about business, about life, about humanity, and he's done that for how many years consistently. In fact, one word I would use to describe George, if you ask me, is consistency.
And if you want to travel, hey, no sweat. We'll fly up to Paris.
When I took over The Guardian, I think they had close to 1,000 staff.
First time I was an MC, I was 10 years old. It was the First Lady's Children's Concert by Mariam Babangida, 1992.
I was wondering, how do I survive? Kelechi, you are a lawyer. You've been called to bar. You cannot be a mediocre artist. You have to be the artist.